Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin Channel. This is DC, and we're looking at some 1966 US pennies, or the Lincoln 1 cent, or the Lincoln Memorial 1 cent. And of course, when we look at these, we can sort all these through. I just got a bunch of them together. We can sort them all out by the mint marks, because guess what? 1966, no mint marks on the United States coins. In 1964, they decided, since so many people were hoarding coins, that they weren't going to put mint marks on. And so in 64 they had them on, but in 65, 66, 67, they did not have mint marks on the United States coins. So all of these are going to be mint mark less. What does that mean? Well, they still made them at all the mints, but you can't tell which is which. And that kept collectors from collecting them, I guess. And so then they kind of ramped up production. So in 1964, they made 5.5 billion pennies to kind of get it through. Wait a second, not 5.5 billion, 6 billion, 6 billion pennies to get through. And then in 65 they only made 1.5 billion, and in 1966 they made 2.2 billion. So almost 1% of all the coins that were made in 1966 were what they call a special mint sets. They didn't have proof sets then, but they call them proof-like special mint sets, and you could get them in plastic. So if you get the 1966 special mint set penny, that's probably worth a couple dollars, between $2 and $8 depending on the condition. You could actually do just as well by getting one of these 1966 in an MS 65 and above. When they look at coins, they grade them. The coin grading agencies grade them, and so MS stands for mint state, and 65 stands for, the kind of the bottom level at which many collectors will buy it. It would have to be almost totally unused for you to get an MS 65, and if you got an MS 66, 67, or 68, you could be talking about hundreds of dollars for the 1966 coin. All right, we are going to try to get the light right on these. And there we go. And so what are we looking at here? Well, at the top it says, "In God We Trust." Liberty behind Lincoln, 1966, under his chin, has a smooth edge on it. United States of America in the back, E Pluribus Unum. Way, way down deep in there, we can see Abraham Lincoln sitting at the Lincoln Memorial. And then over here on the right, we have the FG, and that's for Frank Gasparo. Now, Frank Gasparo was the engraver designer of a bunch of U.S. coins. This is one of them. One that you might be very familiar with is, I'm trying to get it over here if I can quit dropping it, it's so huge, is the, whoa, look at this baby. United States of America $1 coin. And then you can see way down here, this is Eagle landing on the moon. There's an FG for Frank Gasparo. So he did the back of the $1 coins. He also did the back, as you will notice, that they stole the back of this to put on the Susan B. Anthony coins. So he essentially did the back of the Susan B. coins here. And let's just let you see. So that's a 74 Eisenhower dollar that Frank Gasparo did. He also did a Philippine coin, and we'll show you one of those one day. So look at the difference between the penny and the dollar. And remember, this 1974 dollar, by then it wasn't any silver in it at all. There we go. So there's our Lincoln Memorial 1 cent. So when we look through them, we don't really need to look for much. There's not going to be any mint marks. We do need to look for quality. We look for any kind of double dies, any kind of error coins. This one here, sometimes people think this is an error coin. Let me show you why they think it's an error coin. See how it actually touches the rim? What happens with these coins as they wear down is the rims kind of get crushed in a little bit. This is offset a little tiny bit, but not enough to make it worth any money. You'll see there's a little bit more space here than there should be, and a little bit less space there. And you also see that this rim is wider. It got kind of crushed down a little bit. Let's see if we can see any difference here. See, there's definitely spacing. So this is not an error coin in the sense that anybody would collect it. We can kind of look through the other ones, see the space there. But yeah, just because the Liberty touches, or even if the 6 touched, you probably wouldn't have a very valuable error coin. But it's kind of fun to kind of collect them sometimes. So there's all of our 1966s. One of the things I wanted to show you is we got this bunch of coins, and they said, here's a bunch of pennies, and I think they were kicked out of a coin collecting machine. You know how you can go to Walmart or wherever and put your coins in a machine, and they said, you know, hey DC, take these that were all kicked out. And I want to show you some of them. This is the 1 cent here, has the pig on it. We know if it's a pig, it's probably Bermuda. There is a pig on one of the Irish coins, but this is, it's not this one. Ah, there we go, Bermuda. So this is a Bermuda from 1970. And you can see why that got kicked out, because not only is it a different coin, but it's also a little tiny bit smaller and way different in color. All right, so this is a Bermuda one. This one is the 1 penny from United Kingdom, and it's actually way bigger, and that just got kicked out by size. This one here is just weird. How somebody put that in a penny machine or penny counting machine, I don't know. It's a little smaller, and of course, it's the Zimbabwe coin from 1997. This one here got kicked out, but you guys, do you know what this one is? This is actually a United States coin. This is the Life of Lincoln series that came out in 2009 to celebrate his 400th anniversary of his birthday. And you see it's United States of America. This is the cabin he was born in Kentucky, I believe. And this is a penny. It's a 2009 penny, but it got kicked out, I think, just because of this design on the back. Now, you need to remember that until the Shield coins came around, there had never been a change to the back of the U.S. coin. So some people still don't recognize this, even though 4 of them came out in 2009, The Life of Lincoln. What else did we get? Oh, this is a weird one. This isn't even the right material. It's a brass, but it's a farthing from 1951. Of course, this one, you could see how it could be a little confused. It's a Canadian penny. The Canadians in Canada, they don't actually have a penny anymore, which is awful for me, because you kind of want to collect them. But you'll see that's very similar in size, a little tiny bit wider than the U.S. coin. And then, of course, oh, this one got kicked out for 2 reasons. And there's the poor queen on the front, and it just got all mushed. And finally, this one. And this, I want you to kind of look for these if you ever see them. This says Metropolitan Transit Authority 1 fare. And sometimes people would stick these in with their coins, like your grandfather, grandma might have a bottle or jar of coins, box of coins. Sometimes this gets stuck in there. And same on both sides. You tip it up, it has a smooth rim. This is actually from the Boston subway system. If you find one of these Metropolitan Transit Authority coins, or if you find one of the ones from New York City, which looks something like this, New York City Transit, keep them. Some people sell these on eBay for $30+ for these, the MTA ones, and you can certainly get $5 to $7 sometimes from the old New York City subway. See the N, the Y, and the C kind of stylized here with the hole in it, and that's that's how the machine kind of counted it or went it through. It had that hole in the center. All right, so if you find these, keep them and look them up. Don't just dump them out just because they're not coins, because they still might be worth something. And let's get these 1966s back. Oh, if you find a 1966 like this, it's not going to have any value at all. Somebody tried to clean it, and in cleaning it, they kind of took off the cover of it. And so inside, you see just what the insides look like. And then lastly, I just want to show you on this one, you can see a little tiny bit of the trace of the VDB right there. Victor David Brenner designed these coins in 1909, and if you look at just above the pen, you can see the kind of ghost or hint of the VDB, which is still on the Lincoln pennies to this day. All right, that's all we have from DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.